Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name's Dougie and today we will continue on our journey of the cheapest pedals that I can find on the internet to whether you should buy them or whether you should steer clear. Now before we get fully into the video, two very quick pieces of housekeeping. The first one is that below you will find the chapters. I've figured out how to work chapters. I've had it for a few videos now, I just keep forgetting to mention it. So you're going to have the intro, the unboxing, the tones and then the final thought. So, if for any reason you want to just skip around or you're short on time, they are below. So, please feel free just to go to where you want to go. And the other thing is I do play in a band called Domapé. We're an alternative rock band from the UK, pretty small, very small in terms of how big we are as a band. We've just released our first single for 2025, Beauty and the Beast, and that was released on the 16th of May, so that would have been yesterday to today's recording. And so there is a music video on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page, and I'll leave those links below. And you can also find us on all of the major streaming platforms. You don't have to, but it would mean a lot if you just go and, maybe check it out for 30 seconds, see if it's your kind of thing. And if it's not, doesn't matter. Thank you very much for taking the time. But yeah, that's Beauty and the Beast by Domapé, links below. But without further ado, let's get on to the video. So we're continuing on the buying the cheap pedals that I find on the internet, so that potentially you don't have to, but at the same time maybe we find some gold nuggets for those who are just getting started or just want to look to find something to kill some time during the week. It is still cheap. This is still a cheap pedal, but it's not the cheapest that I can find, and that's because the cheapest that I could find of this pedal type initially was an utter dud. That was one that I would be telling everybody to steer clear from, because we are straight back in with another delay pedal. So I will link the original video below for those who might want to see, well, how badly could a pedal go? That was a dud unit. There was something wrong with that thing. And I know it's only 10, 11, 12 quid. But if I was starting out age 15, I saw this video and I went and bought that pedal, that was nearly a week's worth of my my paper round or all those kinds of things. So I know 15 quid doesn't seem like a lot, certainly, isn't now that I'm older, but when I was younger and starting out, 15 quid would have been a lot. And there was a reason I didn't have lots of pedals. I had a guitar and an amp. It was because I couldn't afford lots of pedals. So we're going back in with another delay pedal. Reasons for will be revealed soon, but I do need a delay pedal from this cheap series, so we've gone and gotten another one. Now, I just want to give a very quick shout out. This one wasn't recommended by a viewer, but they mentioned it in a comment they left on my reverb video. So I went out, I found it, I bought it. So I just want to say thank you to Burgers for Breakfast 127. And I'll tell you what, that's a mantra you live by. Fair play. I like the sound of burgers for breakfast. But yeah, he mentioned this, or she, I don't know. They mentioned this pedal in a comment that they left on the E-Rock Reverb unit video. And because I wanted another one, but I wanted something that I knew that I could actually get and turn on and it would work this time, I went and followed his or their recommendation and picked up the M-Vave Elemental. So the Burgers for Breakfast recommended the Elemental. So I will say that the M-Vave or M-Vave is also sold under the E-Rock banner, and I think there might even be one more brand. So it's obviously a mass-produced pedal that they just shove under a different stickery thing on the front. So this was £23 in comparison to the £11, £12 dud that we had a couple of weeks ago. And it was very on par with the E-Rock Mr. Universe. Mini Universe, it's just down there, that we had recently. So I think much like the Mini Universe is the Strymon Blue Sky or Big Sky sort of like inspired thing, this is going to be inspired, I think, by a timeline. So what we're going to do, we're going to unbox it. We're going to see what we've got in here. Then after that, we're going to plug it in and see if it sounds any good. So without further ado, let's get over to the desk with a slightly out of focus camera. Okay, so we're back at the desk, and we're here with the camera that is sometimes in focus, sometimes not. So the first thing I just want to reference, because you can probably see it, is here. You can see the glue stains. They decided to stick the, I don't know if it's the export sticker or what, on the front rather than on the back or somewhere where it would have been nice. But no, they've ruined this. The one piece of this is actually, a little bit decorative. So that's not M-Vave or M-Vave's fault. That's whoever's posted it, etc. So let's have a quick look at the box. It's cardboard, nice purple. Here you've got a QR code for the user manual. I've not seen that before. That's definitely out of focus. But it's pretty cool way of doing it. I'm assuming that there's not going to be one in here, but also there may be, and actually that's just a way that you can get it in different languages. Then you've got your standard made in China. I think the safety stuffs, made in China, and then the same here. So let's get it open. So we start here. Okay, so we have got a user manual. We get a little baggie, and there's the pedal. So we'll pull the pedal out. There's nothing else in the box. That's empty, so we'll get rid of that for now. As always, we'll have a very quick look at the user manual. So it comes in a variety of languages. I think I saw French, German, obviously English. And then you've got a very in-depth, level of descriptions to what this pedal actually does, because I think it's going to do quite a lot. So yeah, yeah, okay, cool. Now let's get this pedal open. So here it is. So it looks very similar to the E-Rock Mini Universe in terms of how it's set out. Quite cool decorative features on there. So then you've got your mix knob here, your parameter, which is going to change depending on the sound, modulation, I guess, which will again depend on the sound, feedback, time, and then your delay type. So you've got analog, dual, duck, trem, reverse, tape, ice, LoFi, and then pattern. So you've got a wide selection of delays there. And then as on the back, here you've got the type and then the parameter that the modulation parameter. So for analog it's phaser, dual it's the time mode, duck is the unpack, trem is the time speed, reverse we're going back to a phaser, tape is the amount of grit, ice is the pitch, LoFi is a grit, and then pattern, it's just the pattern, that is the parameter that changes as you sweep this knob by the looks of it. So all in all, that's pretty good, pretty nice looking pedal. Now, the one difference I am going to make to this, we haven't got any cables this time. The Mini Universe came with cables. Fine for us. I've got plenty of 9-volt and USB-C cables, but if you were buying your first pedal and you didn't get a cable with this, or at least the USB one for nowadays, you might be a little bit stuffed because it obviously doesn't take a battery. You got your feet on the back there. So what we'll do is we'll leave from here now. We'll go get plugged in and we'll see how this thing sounds. Okay, we are back and we are all set up and we're ready to see what this pedal sounds like. So, as always, let's very quickly just run through the other gear that I'm using today. So we've got another one of the Blanche Flower guitars here today. And this is a thin line bolt. Thin line because it's semi-hollow. But then you've got two Telecaster pickups in here. From Bare Knuckle, I think, off the top of my head. However, there will be a video on this guitar coming very shortly. I'm really enjoying playing this. So this is the guitar that we're using for today. Then we're going through the practical patch cabling, straight into the pedal, the Elemental, with the Marcus Deluxe pedal board. Should just pop that in there. Then from there, another practical patch cable, and then we're going into the Victory, the Duchess. It's just the little lunchbox head, which sounds, and it's very much going to be clean today. I think I learning a delay pedal with gain is not overly the best thing to do, especially going into the front. But the clean sound is like this, and I have taken all the reverb off with that. So this is what the clean sound dry. So that's the clean sound. Standard nice clean sound. Without further ado, let's get rid of the microphone and let's hear what this pedal sounds like. Well, there we go. That is the Elemental pedal. I think that sounded great out of the box. I think all of those settings had something that could be used at some point in terms of a sound. I honestly thought it was awesome. I could have noodled on here for another half an hour, 40 minutes, and I wouldn't have even realised it. I don't know how long that was. Apologise if it's really long. I'm going to find out very shortly when I come to edit it. But I'm really impressed with this pedal. Super glad that I bought it. I think it sounds great. Couldn't even hear the artifacts issue that I had with the E-Rock last time. So I will obviously listen in some more detail when I come to edit it. But just from what I could hear in the room, I couldn't hear the artifacts. I couldn't hear the awkwardness. Some nice self-oscillating bits, and then all of the sounds, your things like the ice, the reverse, the duck, the pattern. They all just seem to do what they wanted to do really quite well. I'm really impressed with this pedal for 23 quid, an absolute bargain. And I would implore anybody, if you're thinking I need a digital delay pedal with some options just to play around with at home or even gig this, I'd pick one up. I thoroughly recommend this. Weirdly enough, long story short, one of these did actually get lost in transit. So if at any point a second one arrives, I might even do the giveaway with the second one, because but don't hold me to that, because it is lost in transit currently, and I don't know if I'm ever going to find it again. So if it appears, we'll do a giveaway. If it doesn't, we won't do a giveaway. At least not yet. Anyway, I think the one thing to reference as well is it did have a tap tempo. So you tap this, and the delay became a tap tempo. It was something that I missed in the original unboxing. Did a small bit of it, but going like this, near a camera, trying to keep everything nice and stuff, not great. But again, just something I think I really need to note that this has as a feature is the tap tempo. Again, I don't know how much I can say. Super impressed with this. I think it sounded great. I'm really looking forward to putting it through its paces off camera, and maybe bringing you some shorts or something of I might do that. I might do some reels, some shorts, and find the best sounds, in my opinion, on this. But other than that, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you thought it sounded good as well. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you thought it sounded awful. Either way, let me know in the comments below. Maybe even like the video, or even subscribe if you're feeling particularly zesty. But final recap. This was the M-Vave Elemental. Thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have the time and you're inclined to, check out Domapé, Beauty and the Beast. And until the next one, take care.